Hey Timothy, Becky Liana here with Gray Owl Marketing. I spoke to Melissa today and promised you guys this video, so here it is. I will be brief, but I do just want to show you 3 tips you can use today to help bring in more customers. Because oftentimes in the world of the internet, I know local business owners are just too busy running their own business in order to keep up with how the internet can really work for them and benefit their company. So as you can see here, I do have your website pulled up. The first thing I love to see is, request a free estimate. That's always good to have contact information so they can see right away. I love that you have the accessibility already built in, so appreciate that. But as I scroll through to your website, the first thing that's important to know is that if you really want to optimize with Google, you need to have at least 1,500 words on your home page, and it looks like you guys only have a few hundred. Content is really king with Google, and this is a key factor in Google's formula when they decide which sites to rank higher than others. And Google likes to see high quantity of information, but it also likes to see high quality information because you want your business to show up on page 1 when your customers are searching on Google, right? So let me just kind of show you a tool I use here. You can use other free tools that do similar things. I did put your company's website in right here. And when you think about it, you are getting some traffic to your site. This is your organic traffic per month, and you are ranking for some keywords. So when you think about building content, I just want to show you kind of what keywords you're ranking for here. Total Tree Solutions, it's a brand, it's getting searched multiple times. You're number 1, that's good. You want to be there for your brand. Tea Services, McDonough, Georgia is getting searched 100 times. You're ranking number 2 for that, so that's pretty awesome. Again, tree removal in McDonough is getting searched 60 times. You're ranking 2 for that, so you're not doing too bad in the McDonough area for sure. Tree Solutions, again, branded websites. Stockbridge, looks like you're on the bottom of page 1, if not page 2. Tree removal, McDonough. So it looks like you got McDonough covered in the 1 or 2 spots. But when you think about your content, you want to pick 2 or 3 buyer intent keywords and use them throughout your website and your service pages to make sure you're optimizing for that. And I just kind of wanted to show you how people search. So I put in here, for example, a buyer intent keyword of tree removal Atlanta, and this gets searched 350 times a month. So right now you're missing out on over 4,000 customers a year by not ranking number 1 for this keyword. But just to show you how people search, when they put in a term, there's kind of 3 sections of the page that you want to think about. First is always the ads. Of course, you pay Google for these, so you'll get right up to the top here. And those are really effective to fill in some gaps in your online strategy and can be used really well. However, you want to make sure you are using them effectively because they can be a money pit. But a lot of people scroll right past those ads and they go into this second section here, which is called the map pack. And this is where Google puts the top 3 businesses that it feels really confident about putting in front of its searchers. And some people even scroll past that area down to this section here, which is what we call the organic search. So it would be advantageous to think about ranking not only here, but here, so you can capture more people. But about a 40% of all traffic happens right here. Gets captured in these top 3 positions here. So you're probably thinking, well, how do I get in these top 3 spots, right? And there's a few things that you can do, but one of the key factors is your Google business profile. So I did pull up your profile here. This is your Google business profile, and you really do want to make sure that you're continuing to grow and build your business profile. And there's a number of ways that you can do that. First and foremost is reviews. I do see that you have some reviews here, so that's great. You do have almost a 4.5-star rating, so you can tell you guys are doing some really fabulous work around there. Continue to get reviews, ideally 5-star reviews for that. And second thing I'll talk about with the business profile is what we call the NAP, which is your name, your address, and your phone number. You want to have that show up in multiple places around the web. You want to have a large footprint along the web. So think about all the business directories that you can put it in. You want to make sure it's obviously on your website, in your profile. I see you have a Facebook page. You want to make sure it's in places like Yelp or Yellow Pages, Whitebook, City Star, and so on. Put your name, address, and phone number in multiple directories throughout the web. And the key thing about that is making sure it's consistent. It needs to match exactly with the information here. Because you want to make sure that Google can find you. So you want to make sure, again, that this address looks exactly the same as this address here in order for Google to feel confident in that, because Google wants to know that when people are searching different platforms, the same information is going to come up. The last thing I'll say about profiles are these pictures. And again, this applies to your website as well as your profile. You want to make sure you're saving these pictures as buyer intent keywords. So example, you want to put in tree removal Atlanta or Atlanta removal McDonough. Using those buyer intent keywords, because when Google crawls your profile, crawls your website, it's going to pick those up. And then you also want to include geotags in your pictures. So I'm sure you do a lot of work in different areas. When you're doing that work and you're taking pictures, make sure you're tagging it in those locations, because by doing this, Google sees not only what type of work you're doing by using those keywords, but also where you're doing it by using those geotags. And this is really important because when people are searching for similar things, your business will come up, right? So that's important. So again, thinking about how do we get in this top 3 spot here, you really want to be in this spot. Your business reputation is another key factor in getting into this top 3 spot. And of course, this is where you want to be, right? You want to be in this top 3 spot location here. So when I go back here into the system, get out of your keywords and go back to your dashboard here, your reputation is kind of like your site's authority. Think about it like a popularity contest. So it thinks about referring domains and backlinks. So you have 27 referring domains that have almost 400 backlinks pointing toward your site, and that's what's giving it its authority. But you have to keep in mind that not all backlinks are considered equal. You really want to make sure they're relevant to your business. And if you look at this do follow number down here, only 5 of those 27 backlinks are giving your site authority, and you're giving your site this numerical value of your site's authority. And you have an 18. We really like to see this above 20, if not 30 or 40. And we also like to see a 1-for-1 ratio between your UR and your DR number here. So again, just to show you an example, these are your top 3 competitors when you're thinking about tree removal Atlanta. This is your number 1 competitor. So I did pull up their website just to give you an idea of what it looks like. They got some good visuals too, but again, when you think about optimizing, content is king, and they don't have nearly as enough content here. So if you were to implement a strategy, you could blow these guys out of the water by adding more content. And then I also added them into this dashboard so you could see what their site looks like compared to yours. So they have a UR of 31 compared to your 18. They have about 232 referring domains and almost 1,000 backlinks, compared to yours here. You're getting this amount of traffic, versus their 1,000 traffic. And you can see here that, again, not all referring domains are created equal. Only about half of their referring domains are what's giving their site this strength. And again, if you think about, hey, looks like I got a long way to go here, you can do things like go ahead and just look at what your competitors are doing and follow the backlinks that they're using and copy those, add on top of it, and then you will blow your competition out of the water. So again, just to summarize the 3 tips I gave you, content is number 1, both quality and quantity. Number 2 is thinking about your business profile and optimizing this consistently through multiple platforms in the web. And then thinking about your site's online reputation and building up your backlinks. And if you do this today, you will be number 1 on Google. And you can either go do this and use this information and do it yourself. However, if you want to be more effective and you want to save yourself some time, you can call me and we can set up a time to chat. So once again, my name is Becky with Gray Owl Marketing. My contact information is in the email. I do hope you find this information valuable and have a great one.